Listen up, chosen one. The slander bounced off you like bullets off Superman's chest because your truth is bulletproof. While they were plotting in their group chats, scheming in their secret meetings, coordinating their little campaigns of character assassination, the universe was laughing at their audacity. They brought pea shooters to a nuclear war. They thought they could dim a star that heaven itself lit on fire. Every word they spoke against you became a prophecy of their own downfall. Every curse they tried to place on your life became a boomerang with their name on it. Proven facts. You're the real one they could never be. You weren't the one being tested. They were. Anyone who heard those rumors about you faced a choice. The individuals who witnessed the attacks on your character had a decision to make. Every single soul in your orbit was being presented with a spiritual examination, and most of them didn't even realize it. You're walking through your life, being your genuine self, showing up with integrity, treating people with kindness and respect. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, there's this invisible sorting happening. People are choosing sides based on whether they'll believe lies or seek truth, whether they'll follow the crowd or stand for what's right, whether they'll protect the innocent or join the mob. The part that's going to make your heart race. Anyone who chose to believe those lies about you failed their test. Those who decided to spread gossip instead of defending truth revealed their true character. The ones who joined the attack instead of standing with righteousness disqualified themselves from your divine destiny. You thought you were losing people. In reality, people were losing themselves. The ones who stayed, who questioned the narrative, who defended you even when it wasn't popular, they passed. They proved they could recognize authentic goodness even when it was under attack. They demonstrated they valued truth over convenience, loyalty over popularity. Remember those specific lies they told about your heart, about your motivations, about your character. Remember how they painted you as selfish when you're actually generous, manipulative when you're actually transparent, fake when you're actually the most real person in the room. What's happening right now is absolutely beautiful. Each lie they spoke is returning to them like a boomerang with their name on it. The person who called you untrustworthy, everyone's starting to see they can't be trusted. The one who said you were manipulative, people are recognizing their manipulative patterns. The one who claimed you were fake, their own authenticity is being questioned by everyone around them. It's like the universe heard their false accusations and said, "Oh really? Let me show you what those qualities actually look like," and started revealing those exact flaws in the accusers themselves. Think about the people who actually know you, who've spent real time in your presence. When someone tries to tell them something negative about you, they look at that person like they're speaking a foreign language. They think, "This doesn't match the person I know at all." In that moment of disconnect, they start to see the gossiper for who they really are, someone threatened by your light, where it gets even more incredible, and this is going to make you understand why you felt so protected through all of this. Right now, there are people conducting their own private investigations about you, not because they're suspicious, but because they're curious. The disconnect between what they're hearing and what they're witnessing is too obvious to ignore. They're watching your actions, observing your character, studying how you treat others when you think no one's looking. What they're discovering, they're finding out that you are exactly who you've always claimed to be. Some of these people are saying to themselves, "I was told this person was problematic, but everything I see shows the complete opposite. Someone was lying to me." Others are thinking, "If this person is as bad as they say, why do I feel so peaceful around them?" Still others are realizing, "I've never seen them do anything that matches what I was told about them." In that moment of recognition, they're not just discovering your truth, they're discovering the true nature of the people who were spreading lies about you. They're seeing the manipulators, the jealous ones, the threatened ones who couldn't handle your authenticity. Something even more powerful has been protecting you this entire time, something that's about to blow your mind. You were never in real danger. Not for a single moment. You know how I know this is absolutely true. Look at your life right now. Look at how you're still moving forward despite everything they threw at you. Look at how opportunities are still opening up for you. Look at how the right people are still being drawn to your energy, even while the wrong people are being repelled. That's not luck, and that's not coincidence. That's supernatural intervention, protecting someone who has a purpose bigger than their understanding could ever contain. The poison they tried to put in people's minds about you turned into medicine that healed your discernment. The isolation they tried to create around you became sacred space for your spiritual growth. The attacks on your character became testimonies to your resilience. Speaking of purpose, what I'm about to reveal to you next will explain why you've been such a target in the first place. The truth they don't want you to understand. You terrify them. Not because you're aggressive or harmful, but because you represent everything they wish they could be but aren't willing to work to become. Your authenticity exposes their masks. Your genuine spirit highlights their performative nature. Your ability to love without agenda reveals their manipulative motives. Your inner peace showcases their inner chaos. Your loyalty makes their betrayal tendencies obvious. Your ability to cut off toxic people demonstrates their inability to maintain healthy boundaries. They look at you and see someone who has figured out how to live with integrity in a world full of compromise. They see someone who attracts genuine connections while they're stuck with surface-level relationships built on mutual benefit. They see someone who's comfortable in their own skin while they're constantly performing for approval. Your very existence is a mirror, and they don't like what they see reflected back. What's really driving them to desperation, and this is the part that's going to make you smile with divine satisfaction. Remember all those specific areas of your life they tried to curse with their words. Your relationships, your career, your reputation, your financial future. What's happening is absolutely miraculous. Those exact same areas are becoming your greatest testimonies. It's like the universe heard their negativity and said, "Oh, you want to talk about their love life? Let me connect them with someone who sees their true value. You want to criticize their career? Let me open doors they never even dreamed of. You want to attack their character? Let me put them in positions where their integrity shines brighter than ever." This isn't happening by accident. This is strategic divine favor responding to their attacks. Words they spoke against you became seeds of blessing. Areas they tried to curse became launching pads for your breakthrough. Limitations they tried to place on you became the very thing God used to catapult you forward. The timing is going to be so obvious that it was orchestrated from above that even your enemies will have to acknowledge the supernatural favor on your life. Wait until you see what's happening with the people around you. There's a wave of validation building right now that's about to crash over your life in the most beautiful way. People who were silent when you were being attacked are finding their voices to speak up in your defense. People who were confused by the rumors are seeing the truth with crystal clarity. People who were sitting on the fence are firmly planting themselves on your side. It's not going to be quiet acknowledgement whispered in private conversations. It's going to be public recognition that can't be ignored. People are starting to openly say things like, "I was completely wrong about them, and I should have never listened to those lies, and this person is genuinely one of the good ones." Some of your former enemies are being so convicted by the truth that they're becoming your biggest defenders. Some people who participated in spreading gossip about you are so embarrassed by their actions that they're going out of their way to make it right, even when you haven't asked them to. The beautiful part, you didn't even have to say a word. Your character is speaking for itself so loudly that everyone can hear it over the noise of the lies. Something happening with your spiritual purpose that's even more incredible. What if I told you that everything you've been through wasn't just random drama? What if I told you that you were specifically chosen to walk through this experience because you had the spiritual strength to handle it and emerge victorious on the other side? You see, you weren't just surviving attacks on your character, you were on a divine assignment. You were sent into certain situations and placed around certain people, not primarily for your benefit but for theirs. You were their test. You were their opportunity to choose light over darkness, truth over lies, love over hate. Anyone who came against you was actually being given a chance to align themselves with something pure and real. Those who chose to believe rumors instead of getting to know your heart were failing an examination they didn't even know they were taking. Anyone who decided to join the opposition instead of standing with truth was revealing their spiritual condition. The incredible part, you passed your test with flying colors. You remained yourself despite the pressure to change. You stayed kind despite the cruelty directed at you. You maintained your integrity despite the attacks on your character. You proved that you are exactly who you claim to be, even when it cost you relationships. The people who failed their test are about to learn some lessons that will stay with them forever. What's happening to the people who chose to stand against you, and it's both divine justice and natural consequence wrapped into one. They're receiving exactly what they put out into the universe. Those who tried to isolate you are finding themselves genuinely alone. Those who attempted to ruin your reputation are watching their own credibility crumble among people who matter. Those who work to block your blessings are discovering that their own opportunities are drying up in ways they can't explain. Those who tried to curse your life with their words are finding that their negative speech has become their own reality. This isn't happening because you wished harm on them or because you're seeking revenge. This is happening because the universe has a natural way of bringing balance. What goes around comes around, and their harvest time has arrived whether they're ready for it or not. Some of them are already starting to realize what they've lost. Some of them are beginning to understand that they fumbled something precious when they turned against you. Some of them are desperately trying to find their way back into your good graces, but they're discovering that some doors once closed by betrayal don't easily reopen. Speaking of doors, let me tell you about the incredible new ones that are opening for you. While your enemies were busy plotting your downfall, something incredible was being orchestrated behind the scenes for your breakthrough. It's like while they were digging a pit for you, the universe was building a platform. New connections are being divinely aligned with your path, people who will recognize your value immediately without having to be convinced. Fresh opportunities are being strategically positioned for your discovery, chances that will utilize your gifts and talents in ways you never imagined possible. Higher levels of favor are being released over your life, blessings that will be so obvious that no one will be able to deny that you're divinely protected. The beautiful irony, the very people who tried to keep others away from you have actually created space for the right people to find you. The very people who tried to block your path have actually cleared the way for your divine connections to reach you without interference. The very people who tried to dim your light have actually helped you shine brighter by contrast. Something about what's coming that's going to absolutely shock everyone who thought they knew your limits. You know how they said you'd never amount to anything significant, how they predicted your downfall with such confidence, how they declared that karma was coming for you because of who they believed you to be. What's actually happening, everything they said wouldn't happen for you is about to happen in supernatural abundance. Blessings they said you didn't deserve are about to be poured out on your life like rain after a drought. Dreams they said were impossible are about to become your reality in ways that defy natural explanation. It's not just going to be regular success, it's going to be multiplication that makes people take notice. Your growth is going to be so rapid and so obvious that people are going to know there's something special about you. Your favor is going to be so evident that your former enemies are going to be forced to acknowledge that you are indeed blessed beyond their ability to curse. The timing is going to be so perfect that everyone will know it wasn't just good luck or hard work, it was divine intervention rewarding someone who stayed faithful under pressure, who remained true to their character when it would have been easier to compromise. I know this might sound impossible right now, but you're going to reach a point where you're actually grateful for everyone who came against you, not because you enjoyed the pain they caused, but because you'll realize that they were unwitting participants in your elevation process. This is your darkest moment of understanding, chosen one, because it requires you to let go of victimhood completely. It demands that you see yourself not as someone who was wronged, but as someone who was refined, not as someone who was attacked, but as someone who was tested and proven. Those who rejected you made space for someone better to find you. Those who betrayed your trust taught you to value loyalty at deeper levels. Those who spread lies about you helped you identify who could be trusted with truth. Those who tried to dim your light helped you realize just how brightly you actually shine. They assumed they were tearing you down, but instead they were building you up. They believed they were destroying your future, but actually they were clearing the path to your destiny. They imagined they were winning a war, but actually they were fighting for the losing side without knowing it. What's going to blow your mind? Some of them are going to eventually realize this too, and when they do, their regret is going to be overwhelming because they'll understand they were working against heaven itself. Let me tell you about the superpower you've developed through all of this. Chosen one, you've been through an intensive crash course in human nature, and you've graduated with highest honors. You can now spot inauthentic people from across a room. You can identify manipulators before they even reveal their agenda. You can sense ulterior motives before they're acted upon. You can distinguish between genuine support and performative friendship with supernatural accuracy. This isn't just helpful, it's invaluable beyond measure. Never again will you waste precious time and energy on people who don't deserve access to your heart. Never again will you be caught off guard by betrayal because you'll see it coming from miles away. Never again will you question your intuition because you've learned to trust your inner guidance system completely. Those who tried to fool you actually gave you the greatest gift they could have given, the ability to never be fooled again. Those who tried to manipulate you actually made you manipulation-proof. Those who tried to use you actually made you user-resistant. Your spiritual radar is now so finely tuned that you can read people's true intentions like an open book. You can feel the difference between someone who genuinely cares about you and someone who's just curious about your business. You can sense when someone is speaking from love versus when they're speaking from agenda. This new level of discernment is about to attract something incredible into your life. Because you can now identify authentic people with laser precision, you're about to attract the most genuine, supportive and loyal tribe you've ever experienced. These aren't going to be people who just tolerate you or people who need something from you. These are going to be people who genuinely celebrate your existence and feel honored to be in your life. Your authenticity draws them like a magnet because it's so rare in a world full of pretenders. Your loyalty becomes precious to them because they've been betrayed by so many disloyal people. Your boundaries earn their respect because they understand the importance of mutual respect and healthy relationships. The beautiful part, when your real tribe finds you, the contrast between them and the people who exited your life is going to be so stark that you'll wonder why you ever tolerated anything less than what you deserved. These new connections won't require you to explain yourself, defend your character, or prove your worth. Value recognition happens immediately and treatment follows accordingly. Life addition replaces life drainage. Dream support replaces dream limitation. Your victory over slander and lies is going to inspire other people who are walking through similar valleys. Your ability to stay strong under pressure is going to encourage others who feel like giving up on their authentic selves. Your demonstration of what genuine living looks like is going to challenge others to be more real in their own relationships. Living proof emerges from your story that lies don't have to define you, that other people's opinions don't have to limit you, and that staying true to yourself is always the winning strategy in the long run. People look at your life and say, if they can overcome all of that and still shine so brightly, then maybe I can survive my situation too. Your story becomes someone else's hope when they're in their darkest hour. Your testimony becomes someone else's strength when they want to compromise their values. Your example becomes someone else's roadmap when they don't know how to navigate betrayal without becoming bitter. This influence is going to extend far beyond what you can imagine right now, reaching into generations you'll never even meet. Everything you've been through is preparation for something bigger than personal victory. It's preparation for generational impact that will outlive you. The strength you've developed, the wisdom you've gained, the character you've proven, the discernment you've sharpened, all of it is going to serve not just you, but everyone who comes after you. Cycles of dysfunction that have run in family lines for generations will break through your example. Healthy boundaries get modeled for people who have never seen them before. Unshakable self-worth gets demonstrated in a world that tries to tear people down. Navigation through betrayal without becoming a betrayer gets shown to those who need the roadmap. Children in your sphere of influence will grow up seeing someone who doesn't tolerate disrespect, who values themselves appropriately, who chooses quality over quantity in relationships, and who remains true to their values regardless of external pressure or popular opinion. Your life becomes a template for how to live with integrity in a world full of compromise. Your story becomes a blueprint for how to stay authentic when everyone around you is wearing masks. Your example shows others that it's possible to be both strong and kind, both discerning and loving. The most incredible part of your entire journey, the following is a message from Mike, founder of the Obsidian Inner Order, powered by Astral Atom. Look, I know you came here for your chosen one video, but I need a minute. If I don't speak this into the field now, I might never forgive myself. Some of us were born into fire, abused, exiled, haunted by truths no one around us could hold. That doesn't mean we're cursed. It means we were chosen to walk through the veil and come back with the map. Inside the Obsidian Inner Order, we gather every week live on Zoom, face to face. And when I say real people, I mean it. A former military drone operator who now uses his mind as the remote. A millionaire CFO who walked away from everything to become a psychic in Nosa. A spiritual healer once trapped inside a satanic cult. A seer, a sage, a soul who left Mormonism and found the Gnosis instead. These are the ones who gave it all up when their calling hit, and that's just a glimpse, and every call is recorded. So when you're alone, when you're crawling through the dirt of your own awakening, you can press play and feel the field again. This is not for everyone, but maybe it's for you. Can you see yourself among us? Join the Obsidian Inner Order, link in the description. Thank you all for supporting the broadcast. We quite literally could not do this without you. There's going to come a day sooner than you think, when you'll be able to look back on this entire experience and see it for what it really was, not an attack on your character, but a revelation of your strength. Not an attempt to destroy you, but a process designed to develop you into who you were always meant to be. Not evidence that you were unlucky, but proof that you were chosen for something extraordinary. Recognition will dawn that those who came against you were actually working for your benefit, even though they had no idea they were serving your destiny. Their lies actually established your truth more firmly. Their attempts to isolate you actually connected you with your real tribe. Their efforts to curse you actually blessed you in disguise. Those who thought they were writing the final chapter of your story actually helped you write the opening pages of your real beginning. So stand tall, chosen one, on the other side of what felt like your darkest season, and you're not just surviving, you're thriving in ways that defy explanation. You're still here, you're still strong, you're still authentic, you're still blessed beyond measure. The slander was too weak because your truth was too strong. The lies were too obvious because your character was too consistent. The plots were too shallow because your protection was too deep. The opposition was too limited because your purpose is too unlimited. They brought human-level warfare to a divine-level battle, and they never stood a chance from the very beginning. You are proven, you are validated, you are vindicated, you are victorious. This is just the beginning of what heaven has planned for your life. Daily awakening brings the knowledge that you've been tested by fire and emerged as pure gold. World navigation comes with the understanding that your character has been examined under pressure and found to be exactly what you claimed it was. Relationship building happens with the confidence that you've been proven to be trustworthy, loyal, and genuine. Those meant to walk with you will recognize your authenticity immediately. Opportunities with your name on them will open up effortlessly as you approach them. Blessings that belong to you will find their way to you naturally, because that's how favor works in the life of someone who's been proven real. Because you're not just a survivor of false accusations, you're a chosen one who walked through the fire of testing and came out refined, strengthened, and more valuable than ever before. You represent hope to everyone who's ever been misunderstood. You embody strength for everyone who's ever been attacked for their authenticity. You demonstrate victory for everyone who's ever wondered if staying true to yourself is worth it when the whole world seems to be against you. Your enemy's words had no power because your life had already spoken louder. Their lies couldn't stick because there was nothing false in you for them to cling to. It's proven facts documented in heaven's records, witnessed by those who matter. You're a real one. That truth is eternal, unshakable, and victorious. Now go forward and shine, knowing that nothing and no one can dim a light that heaven itself keeps burning bright.